Okay, so we've got baddies now. Let's add a little flair to this. So when we shoot them, we want to have a visual feedback. We're going to give them maybe some life as well. So first thing I'm going to do is create a camera shake component. I'm going to do this by right-clicking in space. I'm going to blueprint class. I'm going to click all classes at the bottom, and I'm going to look for legacy. Oh, there it is. Camera shake. And I'm just going to call this small cam shake and hit enter to open it up. Now on the right hand side, this is where you're going to set your values. You're not usually sort of going to know what these are, but it's like how long do you want your shake to last. Do you know what's the blend in time, the blend out time? Do you know there's all kinds of options to sort of like tweak these and set these as appropriate. So I guess just really, I guess it's just, you know, have a mess with some of these and set them to see what difference it makes. I'm gonna set it to be, I don't know, like 1.5. Yeah, okay. And like I said, at which point we probably want to start like testing these. So just head across to your baddie, and when you're, we'll do it here, sorry, on a bullet. So before we actually destroy the baddie, let's play the camera shake. So I'm going to put play world camera shake. Gonna choose our small camera shake. And do we need to say anything in here? I can't remember. Let's just put a big old number in because I think we do. And let's see what happens. So if we press play and we shoot it, nothing seemed to happen. Why didn't it play the camera shake? Okay. Let's just quickly check, see what we missed. So if it, oh, that's a baddie. Play camera shake. Let's just get a do once in here just to make sure it's only going to happen once as well. Do once. So we've got set our small camera shake. We've got that set. So let's just go back and check our camera out. Maybe let's just increase the duration to about like sort of half a second. Let's add a bit of pitch to it as well, I guess. Sure, let's go 15 and 100. Again, I assume it's playing. I just think that maybe the values were too high. So you can see sort of going up and down. Let's just set that to about, I don't know, 2. And again, it's just going to be a case of tweaking and playing with those numbers. And I do think that's still too high. So I'm going to set it to about 0.5 and lower that. Yeah, that was sort of alright, wasn't it? 0.2, and let's increase you to 0.25. Cool. So now we've got like that plays that little shake every time we hit it. What we're also going to do is check the baddie's health. So on the bullet, instead of doing that here, let's actually get rid of that. That destroys self. And what we're going to do, we're actually going to create an event on the baddie to check for itself. So first of all, let's create a health value. So I'm going to call it health, and we'll just give it like an integer value. So let's just say health's default value is 2, so you can take like 3 hits. And let's create a custom event. We'll call it take health. Oops. And depending on your like the strength of the bullet, potentially we might want to sort of add an input here. And we're going to call this damage amount. Again, which we'll set to be like an integer. So we're going to pass some information across. So if we go back to our bullet now, and here, what we're going to say is, what is it called? Take health. Take damage? I'm pretty sure it's something to do with health. Hurt? Oh my god, what did I literally just call it? Baddie 1. Take health. Maybe I didn't save it. Right, so baddie 1. Let's take health. Huh. What am I missing here? I put it on the baddie spawner, not on the actual baddie, which is over here. Cut. Compile, save, baddie, over here. Don't forget to create that health value again. Health. Change it to be an integer. Compile, set it to be 2. Done. Okay. Take health. There we go. It's now coming. So what we're going to do is we're going to take health. And we're going to play that camera shake again. And we're going to destroy the bullet. Now, at this point, because I'm not actually worried about like power upgrades or anything else like that, it's just going to be 1. But later on, you know, if we have different weapons or we increase guns, we can actually sort of change, you know, the amount of damage that we actually take there. So let's go back to our baddie, our actual baddie. And what we're going to do is we're going to get health. And we are going to say health minus the amount of damage we take. And then we're going to set health. And we're going to say if health equals 0, then held B for that, sorry, held B to create a branch. If health equals 0, then destroy self, destroy actor. However, if it doesn't, we just want to do a flash, like a flash effect. So, what's going to be the best way to do that? I'm just going to create another material real quick. Create material. Damage. M. And open that up. And what I might do is I might bring in that atlas texture. And when we'll see it. And what do you reckon? Multiply it by red. Now, if we, yeah, that should be fine. There's a little button in here that says you can set the preview mesh. So what we could do is we could actually get that shape, select it, and then click the preview. So that's kind of what it's going to look like, you know, for the moment when it takes the hit. So it's sort of just going to flash like that for a minute. In fact, let's do that as an emissive. Might be better. So we've got this damage bullet. So let's go back to our baddie. And we are going to get reference to our ship. Oh, why is the box not parented to that? Right, so on our ship we are going to set material for the ship. Interesting. We're going to set it to be the damage material. And that is only going to flash for like a split second, not even a split second, less than. And at which point it's going to go back to its standard material. Alright, let's see how that looks. Why did that take so few hits? 1, 2. Let's give it a bit more health. Baddie, so we can get a vibe for it. So, I don't know, 4. Cool, that feels better. Just needs an explosion out at the end. Actually, the 0.2 seconds is actually even still a little bit fast, isn't it? A little bit slow. Sorry, let's go 0.1. You know what? I'm just gonna crank up the brightness on this just a touch as well. All right, let's see if that looks and feels any better. Cool. Like I said, little particle system on that, and job will be good. And little explosion. There we go. Excellent. That'll probably do for this one. I'm not going to add the particle system in this video. We'll do that as a separate one, because I don't know whether we should just bring the start content in and use the one from that, or should we make our own, or what? I don't know. We'll put a pin in the explosion for now, but that'll do for this video.